Support women's rights! Support women's rights! Help the cause! You, sir. What's your name?
Me?
Yes?
My name's Mega Man.
That sounds like a really egotistical way to say super patriarch.
What's a patriarch?
Are you serious right now?
Is that some sort of robot?
Oh my god.
Is it a pirate? Is it a pirate robot?
It is not, in fact, a pirate robot.
Oh, then I don't know what it is. I don't think I'm one.
So, how's this? To prove you're not in league with the patriarchy, why don't you sign my little petition for women right here on this line?
What's a petition? Is it a pirate?
I'm not a dictionary.
Is it a robot?
Oh my god.
Is it a pirate robot?
Women are the superior sex.
I don't know what that is. I just want to go get refractors.
I don't know what that is.
It's this giant glass power source that you can sell for a lot of pennies.
Listen, I think there's a lot that we need to explain to each other, so why don't we take this somewhere else?
Are there going to be pirates?
No.
Are there going to be robots? Are there going to be pirate robots?
No, but there might be chopped steak.
Is that a pirate robot? This week on a novel console, a Suffragette and a Mega Man enjoy chopped steak. Hello, welcome to a novel console, your weekly podcast where we talk about books, games, food, and stuff that caught our attention during the week. My name is Chris, and with me is my beautiful co-host and wife, Karradyne.
Hello.
And we got a show.
Really?
How are you?
I'm alright. How are you?
I'm very fucking tired.
Me too, but I think you're more tired than I am.
Yeah, I've been doing Uber nonstop, getting up at 4 a.m. and just going. I'm starting to see smell and hear colors.
You know, that is sometimes like a sign of really high intelligence.
Not for me. I'm very stupid.
No.
But you know who isn't stupid?
Who aren't stupid?
Yes, the people who subscribe to our Patreon. Those people are very smart because they get to support us and they get entered into the chance to draw a video game or a book for the month. And this book and this game are Medieval and Ninth House.
This is a really long sentence.
Yes, and it sounded weird. So now that we got the Patreon plug out of the way, let's go into a couple of things that have caught our attention during the week.
Or within the last couple days, but it's fine. All of our exciting things at least happened close to recording day, so they were fresh in our minds.
You want to tell the cat story?
Oh my lord. So, I don't know if I've said before, but I'm a recruiter, so I conduct interviews all day long, essentially. And thank God, since COVID happened, all of those interviews have been remote. Because I don't know what I would do if these people were face-to-face with me right now. So, this week, this girl called the office wanting to know if she was going to receive a phone call from us at her interview time or if she needed to call us. We always clearly state what they need to do beforehand, but no one ever listens. So, my colleague told her to wait and that I would call her at specified start time, but to go ahead and get everything ready, connect to Zoom. Okay, I call this girl. Is she set up for the interview? No, not in the slightest. So she just essentially puts me on hold while she's setting up, which is just like setting her phone down, so I hear everything that's happening in her apartment. And I'm IMing my colleague, telling her this is happening, and we're complaining about people not being prepared. And I hear, like clockwork.
It reminds me of something that happened yesterday that I forgot to tell you.
Oh, wait, tell me after this. So, like, literally, like clockwork, over and over and over for like 5 minutes. So I'll go ahead and say it was with Marla. I know we've mentioned Marla before. Like, Marla, I don't know if there's a kid screaming in the background or if it's a cat. I did finally realize that it was, in fact, a cat. But the best part was I share a wall with Alex, Alex is a really cool dude, but sometimes he is a man of few words at work. He's just really quiet. When you get him out of work, he's a little more verbose, but I get an IM, and I'm just assuming it's from Marla. No, it's from Alex. He said, am I losing my mind? Or do I hear a cat in your office? I lost my shit. So many times throughout this interview, I kept thinking about his IM, and I kept giggling to myself, and then I'd have to pretend I was coughing so this girl didn't think I was laughing at her. It was...
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, you know that I've been dealing with Sprint the past few days?
Yes.
And yesterday I called, and while I was talking to them, I could hear like the other people in the call center talking in the background. Mm-hmm. Guess what I heard out of nowhere?
A cat.
A rooster.
What? I wonder if it was somebody's ringtone.
It might have. I hope it was because
a rooster in the Sprint call center.
A rooster does not belong anywhere in a call center. It was very fucking weird. But yeah. So today they had, well, today being the 10th of December, WJRR, the Lynch and Taco Show, had an interview with Dave Grohl. And Dave Grohl is such an amazing person. He is an angel. Dave was. They asked Dave, what would have happened? How did he end up making Foo Fighters after Nirvana was done? And he said, "Well, I just had to, get some music out of me, so I went into a studio, rented it out for a week, and just recorded. Then I spread out the tapes throughout a few people that I knew, and the producer said, "Hey, I like this. Let's turn it into a real album." So he got the other member from Nirvana that isn't Kurt, and the rest of history. So he was saying that he does not want to continue Foo Fighters if any of the members leave. That they are all like a family. Like it's all a group effort, even if it was just him starting at the beginning. But that is so nice of him. He is such a nice guy.
Sounds like it.
He is. He really is. You know who's not nice?
Those people at Walmart?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You want to tell us about them?
So this man sitting next to me has some sort of aversion to the self-checkout. And I don't know why.
They don't pay me to scan my own groceries.
But it's less human interaction. I will scan my own fucking groceries and not have the human interaction.
They should give us a discount for scanning our own groceries.
You only got that from a fucking meme.
No, the W-2 is from a meme. I want a discount for having to scan my own groceries because there's no reason why I should still pay the same amount if we're not going to pay the salary of somebody that's supposed to be there scanning the groceries.
So anywho, I picked the shortest line at the damn Walmart last night because it's the fucking holiday, so everybody and their fucking cousins at Walmart. And we get behind the most backwoods looking people I've ever seen in my life. One of them looked like Jeff Foxworthy. Don't know if y'all know who that is. But he's famous for the You Might Be a Redneck If skits.
Isn't he also famous for the fifth grader stuff?
I think so. But I think he started out with the You Might Be a Redneck.
Wasn't it? Didn't he look like him but with bangs and a ponytail?
Yes. This man had bangs. I've never seen a man with bangs in my life. Anyway, I get in this line and we realize that the entire conveyor belt is covered in off-brand 2 liters of Mountain Dew.
And Diet Coke.
No. When we got in the line,
it was
only
Diet,
the off-brand.
It was Diet
because
Mountain
the
Dew.
Off-brand,
It wasn't the off-brand. It was Diet Mountain Dew.
Okay, well, whatever. The off-brand Diet Coke was still in the cart, and they had to unload it and cover the entire conveyor belt with that, too. So I turned around to Chris, and I said, they have to be having a party, because I don't know who in their right minds would buy up the entire fucking stock of Mountain Dew and Diet Coke. We get to the register and realize that this poor couple forgot one of their bags of sodas. And I asked the cashier, I was like, did they say if they were hosting a party or something? No, these people are afraid to leave their house and they buy like 5 months worth of stuff every time they go out.
So we paid for our groceries. We got in the car.
No, we were walking to the car and we passed them in the parking lot. And as we passed them, I asked Chris if I should tell them that their one bag of soda was still at the register. He's like, oh, you can do it if you want to. I was hoping he would turn around and do it for me. But he didn't. So we just kept going. We were going to be bad people.
The way those people look, they look like they would have boiled me alive and eaten me.
I mean, they were in a really nice car, though. They looked a little sketchy, but anyway.
Meth.
Oh, my God.
That's what all the Diet Coke is for, meth.
So then this motherfucker, we get in the car, and he's like, okay, I'm going to whip around and drive you past them so you can roll down the window and tell them their soda's still at the counter.
They weren't going to notice.
They didn't even say thank you.
They looked aggravated that we told them you forgot a bag of soda.
Like, you're welcome.
A bag of soda. That sounds so wrong. Do you really need that much soda? I drink a lot of soda, but I don't drink that much soda.
I don't think they drink water.
They probably didn't.
That was enough soda for a small army.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a shit ton of soda.
That was enough soda for our wedding, like times 2.
Yeah. It was.
The big wedding, not the little one.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that too. All right, so you ready to talk about your book for the week?
I think so.
All right, so this is Book Talk.
This week's book is A Rogue of One's Own by Evie Dunmore. It was published by Berkley on September 1st, 2020. If any of that sounds even remotely familiar, that's because it's the second book in the League of Extraordinary Women series, and the first book is the book that I reviewed in our very first episode.
The Frankenstein Dick book.
Yes. The book that led us to discuss Frankenstein Dick. There is no Frankenstein Dick in these books. Please do not let that turn you off.
Or on.
Or on, yeah, because you're going to be really disappointed if that's what you're going into it for. I mean, there is Dick, but not Frankenstein.
This book was very good, but there's a serious lack of Frankenstein Dick. 2 out of 10.
But there is lots of spicy Dick.
It's chorizo flavored?
Yeah, I'd love that.
Ew.
I mean, yeah, but I love chorizo. Anyway, this second book follows Annabelle's friend and prominent leader of the women's suffrage movement, Lucy, as she succeeds in acquiring London Print, a major publishing house, but much to her dismay, a man must always be involved, so half of the shares are now owned by an utter rake that she's known since childhood, Tristan Ballantyne. Doesn't that name just sound dreamy?
Ballantyne?
Ballantyne.
Ballantyne?
Like Valentine, but with a B as in boy.
The way that you wrote it, it looks like Ballantine.
I mean, I'm sure he has nice balls.
Or maybe he's a scrotum.
I mean, he is a rake.
The fuck is a rake?
A whore. A male whore.
Wait, so women are hoes and men are rakes?
I never thought about that.
That's so stupid.
I mean, rake isn't, it's like an antiquated term, but... Anywho, Lucy tries to convince Tristan to sell her all of his shares because he's putting quite the damper on her fight for women's rights by clogging their doors with all the young ladies in town vying for his attention. Tristan...
Chorizo dick.
Oh my god. Tristan agrees to sell her his shares on one condition. Guess what it is?
A pink taco. A chorizo pink taco.
One night in his bed.
A pink taco with chorizo in it.
Ew! Her vajayjay's the taco?
Yeah.
That's nasty. Okay, y'all, I can't decide if I like this book more than the first one. I thought for sure I wouldn't, and even while reading it, I really didn't think I did, but the ending was so perfect and lovely, while also still being very strong and feminist, and I just loved it. Obviously, I won't give you any spoilers, but it ends on such a wonderful note that I can't get it out of my head. I've been reading quite a lot of romance here lately, and it has done wonders for my mood.
What mood?
My sad pandemic mood.
Oh.
So what I really love in this book is that Dunmore takes a somewhat crazed suffragette who thinks about literally nothing but the cause, and makes her see that it is, in fact, acceptable to have a man in your life, and it is possible to have a relationship with a man who is not domineering and patriarchal. It can and should be equal, and it's really beautiful seeing Lucy come to terms with this. Seeing that it's okay to have desires, and that some people, even men, just might be as progressive and forward-thinking as she is. I honestly don't think there's anything I didn't like about this book. I truly despised some of the characters, but not to the point where I didn't see their validity to the story. Lucy has this really horrid cousin who drove me nuts, but she was at least relevant to the progression of the story.
You know what's a character that I hate that has no validity except for taking up time in a piece of media?
Zelda.
Jerry.
Oh, Jerry!
From Rick and
I
Morty.
like Jerry.
I fucking hate Jerry.
Jerry provides comedic value.
No, he doesn't. All he does is take up valuable time that could be used to explore other characters like Beth, or Summer, or Rick, or Morty, or Mr. Poopy Butthole, or goddamn,
Noob.
that one. Yes,
My favorite.
yeah. But no, Jerry has to. I fucking hate Jerry so much.
I love Jerry. I don't love Jerry, but I do like Jerry. When is Rick and Morty coming back?
I don't know, but I think they're doing a 5th season.
I need it.
I know Heather Ann Campbell is one of the writers for the season.
That means nothing to me.
She's from How Did This Get Played?
Oh.
Yeah. She's funny. She's very funny. She also does really cool Animal Crossing noises. And they're perfect.
Okay. And let me just tell you, there are lots of naughty scenes, and they are delicious. More delicious than the food I ate for this week's garbage.
Are they delicious because it's chorizo dick?
Now that you say that, yes.
Pink taco with chorizo in it. Yeah. Sounds weird.
It was so juicy. This woman...
The chorizo's juicy. And somehow the taco's juicy too.
Shut up. This woman writes such good sex scenes. They're so good.
Are they like Stephanie Meyer's sex scenes?
Stephanie Meyer doesn't know what sex is. E.L. James tries to know what sex is, but then she writes the same damn sex scene over and over for 3 fucking books. Oh, he touched my clit with a whip. Ooh. It's 50 Shades of Grey! Why are you looking at me like that?
What? Is that what goes on in that movie?
Yeah. In the book, at least. They couldn't show that in the movie.
You people have problems.
I
With a
didn't
whip?
write it.
With a whip?
Yeah. Just touches it.
Now you gotta disinfect that whip.
I mean, that's the only thing his whips are used for, so...
For touching her?
Yeah.
Not for hitting her?
Well, I mean, sometimes he hits. Not all the time. He's a weird man. He got real fucked up by his mama.
It's like if I had spoons and I used those spoons to eat bananas.
What?
Exactly. It makes no sense.
You don't make any sense.
I have a collection of spoons. Small, big, tiny, with prongs on the end, the fapoons. And I use them to eat bananas.
Oh my
Makes
God.
no sense at all.
All right. Anyway, I've seen quite a few reviews on Bookstagram complaining about this book and how it's slow and boring. but I could not disagree more. I love a good slow burn romance, and I really don't have patience for the ones that seem to happen from one page to the next.
Like those movies where the guy's like, oh, hey, and the chick walks away and he falls, and they're like, are they gonna date? And then like immediately the next thing is them getting married. And you're like, what was the point? Oh, he has cancer. Okay. He's gonna die because that's how all these movies end.
You talking about a Hallmark movie?
All those stupid movies that they keep showing on TV, like what is it, The Fault in Our Stars, and all those other stupid movies. The one with the Asian guy that they get
I know
married,
what you're talking about, where he like falls down in the hallway and he's like, "Oh, I only have a month to live."
But I have a full head of hair.
What's that one called?
I don't know.
It looks stupid.
They all are.
I thought maybe like an alien was gonna bust out of his chest with the way he was like convulsing on the floor. It's like, this is a horror movie.
But it's like every single what is it, love movie nowadays has that stupid shit. It's like, are they gonna they're dead. Oh wait, he has cancer.
That's also a preview. They have to condense it. There might be slow burn there.
And don't even show the part about, oh, hey, are we gonna date? Is it not true? Like, why would you show that? If it really doesn't matter in the end. Because the movie's about him dying.
It was poor marketing on their part in choosing which scenes to include in the trailer. But I think you're getting a little wound up about it. Anyway. I found Lucy and Valentine's relationship 100% believable and never questioned any of their feelings for a second.
But he's a rake.
Mm-hmm.
Are his feelings real, or is he just playing her?
His feelings are very real. They've known each other since childhood.
You know what a rake sounds like?
What?
Some sort of monster.
It does.
Oh, watch out for him. He's a rake. What's a rake do?
I mean, back then it was kind of a monster. Destroy a woman's life.
Well, if he would have fought against the patriarchy harder. But no. He didn't, because his name is Ballantine and he's part of the patriarchy.
Ballantine. So
what do you rate this balls-filled book?
A solid 5 stars.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
It's wonderful.
It sounds so bad.
It's great. It's got history. It's got feminism. It's got sex. It's got love. It's got a cat. Meow.
The cat from that girl's house grows over into your book.
Yes, I will now read that cat as the cat from the interview.
Alex just sent me a text message asking, is that a cat?
Oh my god, you're the worst. I was about to ask you if you were serious, but then my brain kicked in and I was like, wait, I hate you.
No, you don't. You married me.
Whatever.
All right, anything else you want to say about the book before we continue?
Yes.
What?
I'm very excited for the next book, which comes out next September, which I'm sure I'll review if we're still podcasters by then.
I mean, we've made it this far. What is that, episode 15?
I don't know. I don't number them. You do. You tell me.
15 sounds about right. If not, then this is episode 15 officially. If it's next week or if it was last week's, don't pay attention to that. That's a lie.
But yeah, it was great. I'm excited for the next book. Yay.
All right, so a rogue of one's own, and it gets 5 stars from a novel console. It's time for games and stuff. So at this point, I don't know if we left that in or not, but I burped, Karradyne lost her shit, and then I kept just trying to say it's time for game stuff over and over again. And I just cut out a fart that Karradyne did on the microphone. We're so classy.
I'm sorry, Mama. It's been a long fucking week, okay? We're struggling.
So for this week's game, we have Mega Man Legends.
Mega Man!
A super fighting robot, Mega Man.
Oh, did I do that right?
I don't know.
Oh.
I didn't pay attention. So Mega Man Legends is an action-adventure third-person shooter that was developed and published by Capcom on December 18th, 1997 for the PlayStation 1. Later got a release on N64, and then a PlayStation Classics version for PS3, PSP, and PS Vita. I played this week the PS Vita game, but I did beat it on PS1 and N64, so I love this game. This game takes place in the farthest point in the Mega Man franchise that has ever been explored. You play as Mega Man Volnut, a digger who explores ruins to find refractors that are used to power different types of machinery. The world is mostly covered by water, except for a few structures that diggers explore to find treasures and refractors. There's also hella pirates in this game.
I have questions.
What?
Okay, first, you said Mega Man Volnut.
That's his last name.
Mega Man. Is this one person?
Yes.
Or lots of people? Mega Man, you might say.
No, it's not Mega Man.
He gets so upset when I say Mega Man.
You're pushing my buttons.
But I am so it is one person.
Mega Man is the name of one person.
Then why is he called Mega Man Volnut here?
There's many Mega Mans, but their names are all Mega Man. It's not a title.
So it's not one person. It's lots of people.
Called Mega Man.
That's weird.
So it's Mega Mans, not Mega Men.
Why are there so many?
Basically, the original one was the original Mega Man. That's the one that was in the Nintendo era of Mega Man games. So he was created by Dr. Light. Then Dr. Light improved him and made Mega Man X, which is from the Mega Man X series. Then Zero is his brother. Proto Man is his brother too. And there's a whole lot of shit. And there's pretty much a different version of Mega Man for almost every era that the planet has gone through. So there's one that's a net nav. So basically he is Siri, but Mega Man. And this one is Mega Man Volnut. He's, like I said, the farthest one in the future.
Okay.
They're robot boys. They're not humans. They're robots.
Which makes it acceptable for them to all have the same name.
Kind of.
I have another question.
What?
What kind of pirates are these? Are we talking like Jack Sparrow pirates, or Fable pirates, or robot pirates?
So they're pirates and they go around in a flying ship. So they're kind of like sky pirates, but they also have like land tanks and rovers and little robot helpers. And one of them is called, well, the pirates are called the Bonds. There's T-Bon, Tron Bon, Baby Bon. Baby Bon is very funny because it's literally a baby inside a giant robot head that's attached to a giant robot body.
That's weird.
It's so funny. The graphics in the game are super colorful. It is vibrant and well detailed. The character models are highly detailed with big expressive eyes, moving mouths, and a high level of detail and markings on their bodies and clothes. So this game being from 1997, having all these amazing details, it's mind-blowing. And that it still looks so good now, it's even more mind-blowing. There's a lot of ruins you can explore, and they're all dark, mysterious, and with a lot of metal hallways. So many fucking metal hallways. The animations in the game are stiff. Characters move very stiffly in the cutscenes. But with it being an early full 3D action-adventure game, it can be forgiven. Other than that, the movements in the game are pretty well done. The enemies are, you know, the way that they're supposed to be. If they're spidery, they move like spiders. If they're vacuum cleaners, they move like a Roomba. If they're supposed to be snaky, they're fluid and rubbery, and, you know, they have good animations in that, but at least in the cutscenes, Jesus Christ, they are so shitty. And one of my favorite things is that the robots kind of like hunt you down every time they see you. And they hunt you down with precision and hatred, and so much hatred. It's like, fuck you, Mega Man. That's what they say.
But why?
Because they're protecting the ruins from diggers, from people that came to steal treasures and refractors and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. The sound design in the game is amazing. It really shows the leap of quality between cartridges and CDs because the game is crisp, clear, and it's filled with awesome Mega Man type music and a bunch of iconic sounds that belong 100% to Mega Man legends, like Mega Man's running noise. It sounds like little rubber balls are underneath his metal feet, so you hear like a metal foot hitting the ground with a little rubber ball squeak, like Luna's toy. So it sounds like stomp, stomp, stomp. And the voice acting of the game is awesome. It's so professionally done. It sounds amazing. And the only problem that I had with the voice acting was the syncing. The lip syncing kept falling out, and it would drag on at least 5 to 10 minutes behind when their mouth movements were being done to when they were talking. And that only came to be fixed around the last 2 hours of the game. But I only had this problem on the Vita version. I don't remember having it on the PS1 or the 64 version. So, you know. The game is a third-person action-adventure game. It's exploration heavy, upgrade heavy, and has a lot of side quests to complete. It's a fun game with deep customization options, which cover Mega Man's Buster Gun, his secondary weapon, and his overall armor. But that's not to say that I have a few problems with the game. I do have a few complaints. The first one being that the fact that there is no checklist to keep track of the side quest, which is minor, but it really helps with the completion of the game. So you basically have to look up a guide if you want to know what weapons there are to unlock, how to unlock them, who to talk to, what to do, where to go, what scores there are, and all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of annoying that you don't have a list, but it's really not necessary unless you want to complete the game. The second is the lock-on system. This one's definitely annoying. So you can be shooting at an enemy while running around it in circles, and if you strafe a little bit too far out of the lock-on box, the aim falls off entirely and you're just shooting nothing. The same can be said with tall enemies. You need to jump to shoot them so that Mega Man can actually lock on, but once you hit the floor, the lock-on is gone because the aim box is completely taken out. And you also have to get very close to do that. So that's very annoying. The praises for the game. This game is one of those masterpieces that comes once in a lifetime. It is an incredibly beautiful game that makes it hard to believe that it was such an early PS1 game. The amount of voice acting and the quality of its impressiveness for the time it's crazy. It gives so much to say about this game that they decided to put this much level of attention and love to even how the character sounds when you have games like Castlevania from last week or 2 weeks ago where everybody sounds like they took somebody from the staff and just said, hey, read this line. Like, what is a man? Like, die, monster. You don't belong in this world. But Mega Man, they sound like actual actors.
I like that.
All the characters in this game are endearing. The mayor is endearing. The police officer is endearing. Mega Man's adoptive grandpa is endearing. His stepsister, Roll, is endearing. Even the surf bots and the bonds.
What's a surf bot?
It's not a surf bot. It's a serve bot.
Oh.
Like a server.
You say words funny.
So the surf bot is this little blue and yellow thing. Kind of looks like a Lego minifig. Mm-hmm. That work for the bonds. They all have a number. And basically they're their lackeys, so they go steal shit for the bonds, and they drive their tanks and their weapons, and once you destroy the weapons, the little surf bot falls out. If you shoot it, it starts smoking, and then you can kick it around, and it'll drop health every time you kick it. They're very annoying. So they deserve to get kicked. Now, this is something that I haven't done before with any of the games that we've talked about in this podcast, and it's some memories that I've had with this game. This game holds a lot of memories for me. It reminds me of summers at my grandma Helene's house, staying up late at night playing the game on N64, and my grandma coming out and yelling at me so that I would go to bed because it was so late. It also reminds me of her staying with my family to take care of me and my sister while my parents were working. She would sit next to me and watch me play for hours, asking me why I was doing something specific or what would happen if I did something else, like kick a dog.
I'm going to tell Luna.
These dogs were annoying. They would chase Mega Man down and bite him.
Can you imagine someone kicking Luna?
No, that's mean.
She's the best baby in the world.
Why would you kick Luna?
I wouldn't, but someone might. Like that little dog she tried to attack.
My cup that I'm drinking water out of right now is bigger than that dog was.
Well, at least she was finally picking on somebody your own size. Or somebody she could tackle.
So yeah, so my grandma would be like, kick that dog, it's trying to bite you. Go kick it. Because you can't shoot the dog, so you got to go kick it. Yeah, and this game to me is not only amazing in a technical and gameplay way, it is amazing because it holds memories of my grandma that only I have. And those memories remind me of how much she cared for me and my cousins, because we can all get together and start telling stories about grandma. And a lot of them will sound similar, but they won't be exactly the same for each other. So
that's nice.
This game, it's not only an amazing game, it's also very special in another way. Overall, the game is much like the ruins you explore in the game. It is a relic of a time that is sorely missed in this day and age. The sense of wonder, exploration, close spaces, and dangerous enemies with that unique Mega Man flair is something that has only been seen in this game, its sequel, and spin-off. The game needs a collection edition like the original X and 0/CX got. It's fantastic, it has deep customization, and a beautiful and charming world to explore. And honestly, it's a game that every PS1 Mega Man and any adventure game genre fan needs to play. This game gets 4.5 stars.
Almost the same rating.
And you know what's funny?
What?
So, Mega Man's supposed to be the good guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a side mission or side story where the police chief tells you, somebody stole some money. Please go get it back for us. And you have to chase down these surf bots. And
You mean surf bots?
Serve bots. And destroy the car that they're in. And they drop a suitcase filled with money. With Zenny. You grab it. And you go back to the police officer and he says, did you find that suitcase with money? And you can say no. So because you say no, you can get to keep the money. But your armor turns dark blue.
Because you're bad.
Because you stole the fucking money. Shame on you, Mega Man. Shame on you. But you know what?
I know what.
What?
It's time.
Time for what?
Give me the garbage.
All right. That is Give Me the Garbage.
Of food reviews going on here and are embarrassed to tell you that we ate this during our wedding week while Chris's mom was still here.
She keeps asking me, did you do Longhorn this week? And I say, no, I didn't do Longhorn. We did something else.
Guess what, Nellie? We're finally doing Longhorn.
Are you going to do Longhorn next week? No. Well, yes. Yes, we're definitely going to do Longhorn. Did you do Longhorn this week? No, we did something else.
We're finally doing Longhorn.
We almost did something else this week, too.
Yes, we have other stuff that we could use, but we're finally doing Longhorn. Okay. So, the first thing that always comes to mind for me when I think of Longhorn is there to die for macaroni and cheese and that absolutely divine and snuggly bread. I decided to mix it up a little bit and pretend that I was 5 fucking years old again by ordering the chicken tenders. I have a feeling they would have tasted really fucking good if they hadn't tasted like a salt mine. But it's okay, because they always give you a healthy portion of that mac and cheese, and that more than filled me up, along with all of the bread that I ate.
And all of the other food that people kept shoving in your face.
Yeah, we had like a sampler, basically.
You know, it was really good, except for the sauce. The sauce was fucking disgusting.
The onion thing.
The Texas Tunyon.
The bloomin' onion, according to another franchise.
Yeah, but this one, instead of being bloomed, they take the petals out and fry them.
Mm-hmm.
They're fried perfectly. I love that batter and the crispiness and the pepperiness, and it's so good.
They're very crispy.
But that horseradish sauce, it can fuck off. It is horrible. And I had my favorite thing, which is the chopped steak with a sweet potato and a Caesar salad. The chopped steak has a garlic sauce on it, and it has the most amazing mushrooms in the world over it.
Mushrooms are disgusting.
I hate mushrooms, and those mushrooms are delicious.
I don't know about that.
They're really good. You haven't tried them.
I'm not going to.
Now, what do you think about the chopped steak by itself?
It was good. It was tasty. It was cooked well.
Do you think mine is better than theirs?
When was the last time you made that?
Like 2 months ago?
It was good, but I don't remember.
Shame. Yeah, the sweet potato is really good. The sweet potato, they put butter, sugar, and cinnamon in it. Cinnamon in it. And mine was way too sugary. So it was like a ball of sugar with a sweet potato.
That's how it should be.
No, the sugar is supposed to just give it taste, and not supposed to be that you bite it and all you can feel is sugar crystals crunching in your teeth.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be like that.
But that Caesar salad, though.
Their Caesar salad is bomb. I'm sorry. My tongue just went rogue on me.
A rogue of one's own?
Oh, in my mouth, that chorizo tick.
Yeah, the Caesar salad is really good. I felt like it was a little bit too garlicky this one time when we went with my mom.
It was real good. And Tony. We can't forget
and
Tony. And Crystal.
Because Tony kept giving you food.
Yep. She kept, you want some of this shrimp? You want some of my rice? Take my rice to go. That's my Tony impersonation. I could really turn the accent on, but I'm going to leave it off.
Nellie's going to find that funny.
Oh.
She finds it funny when we imitate Tony.
Oh. But would Tony find it funny when we imitate Tony?
Probably. And my mom got the ribs. These ribs were good. They were very good. The only problem I had with these ribs is that they left the skin on the back. It has a film that you have to peel off.
Oh, yeah, I remember that now.
They left it. It doesn't taste bad. It's just a little bit off-putting.
Culinary experts, they are not.
No, definitely not. But I will say this is for a chain and for being what it is. It has some pretty good fucking food.
That mac and cheese, though.
It kicks Chili's ass all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So, what exactly would we rate this? Because we didn't talk about that.
It was good.
So, and okay.
Yes.
All right. So, Longhorn Steakhouse gets an okay. And wow, this is a very short episode. We haven't had one this short in a while.
You know what I realized we haven't told anyone?
What?
That we started watching The Mandalorian.
Oh, you want to do a little Mandalorian spot right now?
Sure.
All right.
Oh my god, I have been so excited about this. Okay, I have to tell you that my father got me into Star Wars because so he got my sister and I into The Lord of the Rings, and I think he just assumed that that meant we would like Star Wars. So this crazy man just took us to the movie theater one day and didn't tell us what we were going to see. Lo and behold, it's episode
2.
Not 1?
Which one was it? What was the movie?
It was the first Hayden
The first Hayden Christensen movie?
No, not the one where he's a kid. The one where he's grown up.
The second
So
one.
episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2.
Yes. I had a crush on him. I thought he was the most beautiful man ever. Maybe he started my long hair fetish. I don't know. Anyway.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
Oh, God.
It was so creepy.
Anyway, so he takes us to see this movie. I was like borderline traumatized. It was freaking me out. And then
You get freaked out by everything.
Shh. Sauron didn't freak me out. I loved Sauron.
It's because he's a giant suit of armor.
He's a giant fiery eyeball, and eyeballs freak me out. Anyway, we see all of these prequel movies or whatever they are called with him, and then I never watch Star Wars again until the new movies start coming out. Hello, Rey! Yes, I never saw episode 4, 5, or 6. So, pandemic starts. Disney Plus launches. Chris is like, we're gonna make you watch fucking Star Wars all the way through.
Except for the new ones.
Yes. So,
except for Rogue One, because Rogue One is really fucking good.
Yeah, we watched Rogue One. But I had already seen Rogue One, at least.
I just wanted to see it again.
We watched them in chronological order, which was fun. And so now, we finally watched episode 6, like last weekend before?
No, like 3 weeks ago.
Was it that long ago now?
Yeah, it was quite a bit ago.
So now we've been watching like an episode a night of The Mandalorian. We haven't watched for the last 2 nights, and it's kind of killing me on the inside. Because it's so good! I hate that it took us so long for me to watch all these damn movies so that we could... I know we didn't have to watch... I mean, I know I didn't have to catch up in order to understand at least sort of what was happening. Right?
Yes, you did, because it takes place after episode 6, and they talk about episode 6 quite a bit.
True. But at least I'd already seen, the prequels. Although... that's supposedly an season 2 thing. We're not going to get into that. We might be spoiling
It's not
things.
even. It's about Clone Wars. We need to watch Clone Wars.
I told you I'm down to watch Clone Wars. If we could guarantee that our baby would look like Baby Yoda, I would have a baby with you right now. We could go make that baby today.
We already have it.
We need to dye her green.
We need to shave
Do
her
they
head.
make pet-friendly hair dye?
They do.
Do they make pet-friendly skin dye? Can we get her whole little body tattooed green?
Yes, let's do that so that we can get canceled and peated.
Oh, God. That little baby's so cute. Every time, because Chris insists on watching things with subtitles, every time it says baby coos, I just explode on the inside. I'm like, oh my God, look at the baby.
It's not baby, it's the child.
No, it says baby cooing sometimes.
Baby coos.
Or the child cooing.
The child
I guess it does say the
coos.
child.
The child coos.
Oh my God, he's so precious. I can't get enough of him. Every time Mando leaves him alone, I'm like, no, something bad is gonna happen to him. Don't let him out of my sight.
Poor Ragu.
We haven't gotten to the point where he's named
Ragu.
yet. So we're gonna pretend that it hasn't happened.
Poor pasta sauce.
And I know you love it too, even though you don't freak out over it as much as I do.
It's a very good show. It's a very good show. The only thing that I don't like is that Mando is a Mandalorian, but he does not know how to fight. He knows how to shoot, and that's
sucks.
it.
He's a cool guy, but he kind of sucks.
At fighting. He can shoot like a motherfucker, but he cannot fight. He gets his ass beat by everyone.
But he does some smart things.
Like?
That blinder thingy.
Blinder thingy?
Uh-huh.
What blinder thingy?
When that little rogue boy trying to get into the guild was about to kill him, and he had the blinder thingy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the flare.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely would have wound up dead at What's-Her-Face's hand if she hadn't turned out to be, not bad. She would have killed his ass.
Gina?
Mm-hmm.
She did beat his ass.
And Grogu would have watched.
Yeah.
With his little cup of soup.
His little cup of bone broth.
What's been your favorite episode so far?
I'm going to have to say it was either when him and Gina were killing the...
bad guys.
Yeah, and that giant robot. I forget. The
ATST?
All-terrain scout transport. Yeah. Wait.
I'm a newbie.
All-terrain assault.
I know they said ATST because I kept thinking, isn't it AT-AT? And then I realized it was something different.
Yeah, so the ATST because it's the scout transport. Yeah, when they were fighting that thing, that was a really good episode.
With that widow who was in love with him.
She was horny for the Mando.
She looked like Kalani from 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh, Lord.
I take everything back to 90 Day Fiancé.
You gotta stop.
The new season started. Make sure you watch.
Please don't watch it anymore.
It's gonna be lit.
It needs to be canceled.
It's gonna be lit.
Canceled.
Lit.
Canceled.
You can't cancel everything I love.
I'm gonna cancel Grogu.
This is the way.
This is the way. So, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. We really don't have anything else to say. We've had a very tiring week, and
thank you for bearing with us.
I'm exhausted.
Yes.
So let's get into some housekeeping. Do you want to do the housekeeping? It's all written down there for you.
Go sign up for our Patreon because we're giving away Medieval and Ninth House, really good book, this month. We'll announce winners later. Next week?
Next Friday. So you have until Thursday of next week to enter.
To join Patreon and be entered. You'll find the link to our Patreon in the show notes. Remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at anovelconsole and on Facebook at facebook.com/anovelconsole. Don't forget, you can also tell your friends that they can find the podcast on most major podcast streaming platforms, not you Pandora, and that they can also listen on YouTube by searching for A Novel Console. And don't forget to tell them to subscribe, like, and comment, which we would greatly appreciate it if you did so. Your wording is weird here.
It's on purpose.
You should also leave a review on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts so that more people can find us. Please and thank you. You can also email us at anovelconsole@gmail.com and we'll read your email on the show. Our art was done by Metamorphikei. That's METAMORPHIKEI on Instagram.
That's Mike Echo Tango Alpha Mike Oscar Romeo Papa
Helicopter. India
Kilo Echo India. I forgot what H stands for.
Isn't it Hiroshima? No,
not Hiroshima. It's shit.
Anyway,
let me do a quick Google search. H stands for hotel, so it's.
Are you kidding me?
Mike Echo Tango Alpha Mike Oscar Romeo Papa Hotel India Kilo Echo India on India November.
No, stop.
Instagram.
Y'all, I'm so sorry, but thank you if you made it this far. Have a good night. We are Novel Console. We hope you've enjoyed the show.
I like putting her in the spot. It's funny. Goodbye, everyone.